Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hello, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing for lots more diamond painting content, and if you are back, welcome back. Today I am here with our weekly WIP and Chat together, and if you're new and you're not sure what that means, WIP actually stands for Work in Progress, and chat is pretty self-explanatory, chat. So feel free to whip out your whip. I know every time. I can't resist. It's a thing now. Whip out your whip and work alongside me while we just kind of catch up. I always genuinely really look forward to doing these little weekly check-ins, just kind of letting you know what's going on in life and chatting for a bit. And I'd love to hear from you guys too, so feel free to pop down in the comments and let me know how you're doing, what you're working on, while we just spend a little time together today. It's a nice way to kind of wrap up my weekend. It's Sunday evening, and Sunday evenings usually when I film these, and they go up on Monday morning, so it just feels like a nice little transition into the new week. But as far as what I'm going to be working on and with today, I'm working on a diamond painting, and it's actually called My Inner Sanctuary. Here's the original artwork. It's by Yume Art and is licensed by Diamond Art Club. And I really adore this piece a lot. I've talked about it a couple of times, including in the unboxing I did for this piece, that this just has a lot of sentimental and special meaning to me. I play piano and have for a really long time, and this is a piece I just really was hoping that we'd see come from Diamond Art Club, and I'm so happy it's here. So the section we'll be working on today is so right here, kind of in here, I think is what we're working on today. So we're kind of out of most of the really confetti heavy sections and getting into here. Up here, this is all color blocking, and I haven't done that corner yet. It's kind of lower left out of frame. But that I think is gonna zip right by, especially because the drill quality in this kit, holy cow. Diamond Art Club doesn't always have perfect drills that just sit perfectly together. Often they do, but sometimes they don't nail it, but this is perfection. And I would tell you guys if it wasn't. I strive really hard to be unbiased and really honest about kind of what my experiences are. And I'm telling you what, drills on this kit are incredible. It's so nice. It's going so fast on those color block sections. But anyway, what I'm going to be working with today, I have some stuff from a recent small shop haul and some birthday gifts too. This is from Leopard Leatherworks, and they had sent it over to me actually a little while back. I just hadn't checked my P.O. box in a while, but I shared this in the small shop haul that I had go up yesterday. If you're watching this, on Monday, I had a small shop haul go up on Sunday and included this beautiful pen. And then this little minder, I actually need to ask Jacqueline where this is from, but this was a birthday gift from Jacqueline, and it's so cute. And she teases me, and I don't blame her, because I don't actually, in my day-to-day diamond painting, I'm usually not using minders, but I adore collecting them. I mean, we always tend to, a lot of diamond painters do, and crafters in general, you'll hear say that there's two hobbies. There's the actual crafting, and there's the collecting of all of the pretty accessories that go with that craft, and they're two different hobbies. I highly participate in both, but I just think cover minders are so cute, so adorable, and I need to double check with her on what shop this is from, like I said, but I do try to use them in my WIP and Chats at least. So anyway, this cutie, my little dragon, and then this tray is from a new to me company. I just unboxed this company also in my small shop haul. It's from Doggone Diamond Trays, and they offer trays that it specifies if they're for round or square drills, and so I got one of each, and this is one that says it's for square drills, but just in case it gives me any trouble, I do have the one that is intended for round drills, and so the spacing is, I think, slightly wider in between the lines, and so if I have any trouble with this being too tight for some reason, even with square drills, I'll try the round one. But I have that handy. And then, I'm sorry I keep clearing my throat. My oldest seems to have just a little bit of a bug, and I don't feel sick at all. It's just sometimes when I talk, I just feel like I have to cough a little bit, like something in my throat. It's also a side effect of one of the medication I recently started that like dry mouth is a thing, so that's fun. Anyway, in my single placer, I'm going to be using this Wee Wax, which is also something I shared yesterday, and it's in Autumn Harvest is the scent, and it smells absolutely amazing, just like cloves and cinnamon and everything fall. And then I'm going to be using this putty in my multi-placer, which I think this was a gift either from Jacqueline or Jamie. Anyway, but I'll be using this in my multi-placer today. So anyway, let me go ahead. I need to actually load this pen up because I haven't used it yet. And I have putty in here, but I'm going to go ahead and clean it out. And we're going to start with some fresh putty in this multi-placer. I know a lot of people will say, I think I said this in last week's WIP and Chat, oh no, don't scrape putty out with tweezers. I don't know, you guys, of metal multi-placers specifically, they're like I can like make your placer burr. I just am careful in how I do it, and I don't know. It's the most efficient way to get big chunks of putty out. So I guess I'm just living life on the edge or something. And if I pay, you know what? If I pay for it, then I pay for it and I'll stop doing it. Like if it becomes an issue, ooh, that's not enough washi tape. And I didn't bring that roll of washi tape over with me. You know what I'm going to do is because I'm about to peel up this section, I'm not going to need this washi tape right here. I'm just going to repurpose this washi tape and we're going to wrap that around here. Wow. Okay. So let's take off the old. I always do all of this, almost always do all of this like on camera, so you guys get to see like, okay, this is how it goes. This is how I handle different things. But yeah, I just in case you're new again, I just to let you know what I'm doing. A lot of times metal multi-placers will not fit perfectly snugly in a pen right off the bat, and that's done deliberately because either the pen turner or the person that's making these metal multi-placers, they make it so that it's not going to fit super snugly in there necessarily. I think it's the metal multi-placers, the person that's creating these. Because if, metal doesn't have give like plastic does at all. And so it's better that the end of the metal multi-placer would be a little bit small and you have to wrap some washi tape around it or have another solution to help it fit than for them to just assume that it's going to be perfectly universal and fit perfectly snugly in a pen and then have you try to put a metal placer in a pen and it break your pen because it doesn't actually really fit in there and you try to force it in there. So anyway, just a little thought. So I just wrap washi tape around it. I also know that hot glue works really well and it actually is not a huge pain to remove if you want to, change your multi-placer to another pen later. As far as how I load up my putty, I just stab it and then I just kind of pinched off what went on the side and I'm filling in the gap that this didn't otherwise fill up. This is the 12 placer from Diamond Art Club. They're thin metal multi-placers. I feel like that's basically all you're going to see me use at this point. For a long time, like before they released these, my go-to was a relatively thin metal multi-placer from AliExpress, and I still link those in my WIP and Chats because they're a more cost-effective option than the Diamond Art Club placers. But the Diamond Art Club placers are even thinner than the AliExpress ones are, and they make multi-placing accurately so easy and such a dream. And I really don't think I'm ever going to go back from them. They just, especially because I'm one that tries to diamond paint efficiently. And so any tools that I can use to make that happen, make the process go just that much more efficiently, I'm definitely going to take advantage of, especially when it comes to multi-placing. So anyway, happy Monday. How are you doing? I hope that your week is off to a fantastic start. By the way, the reason I'm gonna have to send this video to my friends that are like, you don't use minders in your day-to-day. No, I fold back the plastic cover along the washi tape like I just did, and I just flatten it and it just stays. But I will say that minders are a really cute addition. So What about you guys? Do you use minders? Do you find them to be a necessity, or are they just like a cute companion? I would love to hear your thoughts. But like I said, I love collecting minders. It's another way to support small shops. Like I'm good. I'm good to continue buying minders and collecting them. First time using this WE wax. Okay, scrape. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And you know what we're gonna do? After we load up this pen, and I just spin it and kind of scrape it from various angles. I'm just gonna flatten that back in. I'm gonna leave this open because it's just that nice little bit of scent that's kind of like wafting and kind of like coming up just a little bit. It's not too strong. It's so incredibly nice. Okay, this, come on. Why does this not want to come out? I have to be honest with you. I have had a little bit of a struggle with these trays. I don't know if you watched oh my gosh, I don't want to break it. The small shop haul that I did yesterday, the lids that came with these unfortunately came kind of warped. I need to send them a message and let them know. I don't know if it was something about how they did this like inlay, but it's like it bent, and I just want to make sure that they're aware. But I was kind of struggling with those and trying to get those in and out. But I always feel so bad. Like especially when it comes to small shops, and I know small shops are struggling. I don't want to be critical at all, but if I have like kind and helpful feedback to give, then I want to offer that, especially stuff that seems like a little bit bigger deal. So we're just gonna put that right there. But I always feel bad because I know that I've been told you have a lot of eyes on you, and so I don't know. It's like I have to be honest with you guys, but I also want to be really deliberate about, especially like I said, with small shops, I don't ever want to inadvertently cause trouble for them. I don't want to give them the chance to fix things and stuff. So anyway, see, look at that. Look at how perfectly those just lined right up. They fit together perfectly. The quality is so good. It just is a dream. And this is the color that is what I'm going to be multi-placing. Like, it's like the whole top quadrant up here is just multi-placing this white color. I will say that I don't think Doggone Diamond Trays offers a larger diamond painting tray. And so sort of in my day-to-day working on this kit, I am going to reach for one of my larger diamond painting trays where I can just fit and line up more diamonds at once and not regularly have to kind of reload or reshake it, because I'm just going to want to be able to zoom through some of these sections, and this is a little bit smaller tray, but the diamonds are lining up nicely, and it's going to zoom right along. But anyway, this project is really bringing me a lot of joy. I have decided to stretch out working on it, actually for a number of reasons. One of the main reasons is because I want to sort of like enjoy it for as long as possible, because it is so sentimental to me and I'm just so happy to be working on it. I don't want to rush through it. So it's good that I have two other active WIPs going at the moment. And those WIPs include the one that I was working on with you guys last week, which is Becoming by Diamond Art Studio UK. And I have got to be honest with you guys, that kit has been surprisingly possibly the most confetti heavy kit that I've ever worked. It's up there. It's got to be like top 3 to 5. I'm trying to think of other kits that have been more confetti heavy than that particular kit. I feel like even the other kit that I did from Diamond Art Studio UK outside the Sweet Shop, which had almost 200 colors, Becoming has 113, I believe. Okay, so outside the Sweet Shop from the same shop had almost 200 colors, and I swear it did not feel as confetti heavy as Becoming does. I feel like it's closer to confetti level wise to the kits that I did. It's been a while since I did these kits, but the Josephine wall kits that I did from Diamond Painting Deutschland, and I did 2 different Josephine wall kits from Diamond Painting Deutschland, and one was Magical Merry-Go-Round that had 220 or 225 colors, extremely confetti heavy piece, and I did document that project here on my channel if you're curious. That took me a long time, and I worked on that one alongside other projects. It was also larger. It was, I think, 100 by 75 centimeters, and it was on double-sided adhesive, and that made it kind of a pain to navigate a kit that large, but it, worked out in the end. So there was that one, and then I did Spirit of Flight from Diamond Painting Deutschland, and it had 275 colors, and was a really, really cool piece to work on. And I actually did a big comparison project where I worked on Spirit of Flight from Diamond Painting Deutschland alongside Spirit of Flight from Diamond Art Club. Josephine Wall had licensed it out to both companies. It depends on by country, what different artist licensing agreements are. That's why I don't necessarily panic if I see an artist is licensed with multiple shops. I don't automatically think, oh no, one of these shops must be doing something shady. I'm like, I don't know what the artist licensing agreement necessarily is, especially if it's different countries. But I did a big comparison project where I compared those two side by side. Sadly, Diamond Art Club doesn't have Josephine Wall licensed any longer, and that piece is, no longer available unless you pick it up in a D-stash group. But that was a really fun sort of comparison type project. And, but yeah, I feel like the kit that I'm working on now from Diamond Art Studio UK, it's probably up there with those two kits, which had well over 200 colors each, and were really, really large in scope and scale. So I almost feel like I don't even know that I'll necessarily finish becoming in the month of November. It might kind of spill over into December, just depending on how things go. And that's okay. I am a little bit, I'm saying that I'm flirting with burnout with the projects that I'm working on at the moment. And I'm trying to stay very, very closely in tune with how my brain is feeling about what I'm working on. I, for a variety of reasons, have just ended up with 3 large confetti-heavy square drill projects. Though this one isn't truly confetti-heavy. This kit, there are sections that are confetti-heavy, but there are some sections, like what I'm doing now, that have a good amount of color blocking, and a lot of the rest of this piece, especially up here in the corner, is going to just be straight, pure color blocking. But they're all large square drill pieces. I'm just so incredibly torn right now. I feel like I need a round drill kit in my life and a smaller size kit in my life. But I also feel like if I were to add a 4th kit to the mix right now, that it would just be too much. And I think I would feel more frustrated, and like I don't have any momentum on my projects if I add a 4th kit into the mix. And it's like I'm already feeling that. I'm already feeling like, it's taking me forever to finish a project, and I don't have really strong momentum on any of these projects. And so I think that it's not the right call to add a 4th kit to the mix. I don't think there is a solution here besides to just sort of swap between the kits and be content with what I'm working on at the time, and just sort of don't force it. Really, really try not to force it, because I don't want to burn out. I really, really don't want to burn out. I don't want to feel like I don't want to diamond paint. Yeah. So I'm torn. Oh, I left a little straggler in there. Okay, so these are taking a little bit to line up. That's okay. They are still lining up nicely once we get there. So, forgot to bring my little trash drill bowl over here too. That's all right too. But yeah, it's like I'm enjoying these projects, but it's, they're slower going. And yeah, so, and I'm just, you guys, if you've been around, and if you haven't been around and you don't know, I'll explain. I just am used to being, in the grand scheme of things, a fairly quick diamond painter. and having a lot of finished projects in a month, and having the satisfaction of finishing a project every week or two. I know that's not necessarily what everyone's diamond painting pace is, and I certainly don't think that needs to be the goal at all. I think that the goal should be to enjoy your craft, whatever that looks like for you. And at any given moment, the goal should be to enjoy your craft and not just to be like, I need to finish as many as possible. But like I said earlier, I do enjoy when I can diamond paint efficiently and get those finished projects. So it's a balance. But I just, it was a timing thing. I knew I wanted to work on this one right away because I was so happy it was here. I wanted to work on my Loki cross stitch conversion because I've been watching Loki and I've been really enjoying that one. I did just cross the halfway point on my Loki cross stitch conversion, and I was thinking of doing like a check-in video on that one actually. Like I had been doing more regularly with my larger cross stitch conversion project that I would kind of do check-ins on. So maybe I'll do a check-in video and show you guys that Loki project and how it's coming along. And I feel like I've learned a lot from working on a different kind of cross-stitch conversion project, a different kind of chart and a different kind of size and whatnot. So I'm excited to share what I've learned and what's come out of that. It's opened my eyes in a lot of ways to the possibilities with cross-stitch conversions, and knowing that they don't all have to be these really large and time-consuming long-term undertakings. It's like, no, they can be a little bit shorter-term projects, and there are ways that you can be, I guess efficiency is the theme here. There are ways you can be more efficient about doing them, especially when they're not as crazy confetti heavy as the first two cross-stitch conversion projects that I worked on. So, yeah, it's good learnings, and I feel like it might be nice to share those for people that haven't done a cross-stitch conversion or just kind of looking to learn more about it, even if they have. So that's kind of something I was thinking of for this week. And just in general, I have been feeling an itch to, I've probably mentioned this in recent videos, but just kind of feeling an itch to be reflective with my channel and not just be phoning it in with the content that I'm putting out there, and not just sort of falling into the comfort of doing like, okay, unboxings and small shop hauls and reviews and month in reviews and then more unboxings. It's like, okay, what kinds of other videos can I do that are, I don't know, just not sort of settling for the usual stuff. The usual stuff is good and it's not going anywhere, but every once in a while, it's like, I want to do something else. Like when I did the tips for how to diamond paint faster video, things like that. Even like a stash video again could be fun. It's been a long time since I've done a stash type video. I was thinking maybe a pen stash video. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, but it's more like, kind of like the idea of doing a more bigger picture type video. And I have a couple of ideas in mind, something that's like tutorial-ish or whatnot. But the thing is, I keep talking about that. I know I've talked about it in a number of my videos. I just haven't been implementing it. I think a big part of that was because Drills and Chills was going on, and just free, unasked for advice as far as if you're a diamond painter and or creator, just someone that's thinking of putting on an event or a diamond paint along, and sort of the planning stages, or thinking like, is it something that I want to do? Depending on sort of what the scope of the event is that you want to put on and how much you want to put into it, as far as, do you want to do giveaways? Do you want to try to find sponsors? Are you committing to do you want to have like weekly videos or weekly posts if it's like an Instagram only thing? I would just, like I said, free unsolicited advice. As much work as you think it's going to be, like double that. Events are a lot of like 80% admin, I feel like, is what events truly are. Just, emails, coordinating, all the things. And so that just took up, like, I know I've talked about it a lot, and it probably sounds like I'm complaining, and I apologize. It's more that it's not that I'm trying to be complaining about it. It's more that it just has taken up a lot of space in my brain, and it's been on my brain, and I always kind of get reflective and introspective, especially as events end. But yeah, it's been on my brain that, like, okay, yeah, the reason why I haven't felt like I could make forward motion on what I want to do with my channel and break out of sort of the molds that I let myself get into. The reason for that is because Drills and Chills did take up a lot of that available time and energy that otherwise could have gone towards something like that. And I knew that. Honestly, I had done that reality check with myself before the event started and just knew, like, okay, while events are going on, that's not usually a time where these kinds of videos happen, and that's okay. But now that the event has wrapped up, it's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's try to get some of this off the ground, and make it happen. And don't, waffle around just trying to get it just perfect. It's like, no, just sit down, get something on paper, get something on film, and then tweak it and try to make it happen. So I'm going to try without, like, putting too much pressure on myself, but I'm also going to be like, okay, now you have the time. Now you have a little bit more time and energy. So, I guess maybe that's just something that's good to know or to keep in mind, is that you only have a limited number of hours in a day or amount of energy to give. And if you try to make everything a priority, then actually nothing is a priority. And so I guess being intentional about how you are spending that time, it's good to be aware of. And also a reminder maybe not to be too hard on yourself either. If you go, oh, this is overwhelming, or this is a lot of work, and I'm disappointed that I couldn't do more, couldn't do this thing, or, oh, I feel bad because I have to cut back. No, I think that's actually really a good thing to recognize, like, oh, okay, so this is where my boundaries need to be, or where I need to create space. So yeah, I feel like I tend to get extra reflective, not just when events end, but also when things happen, like when I get a particularly, like, critical comment or message from someone about, my videos or how I sound or what I'm doing. And of course I don't have to take this personally. Like, it's just this person, someone on the internet said a thing. But I also sometimes use that to go, okay, let me go ahead and at least think, like, is there something that I would like to shift or change? Completely independent of what this person is saying. Like, should I reflect and see, is there something that I want to do differently? Do they have a point, I guess? And I get into that mood when I feel like there's a little bit of a slowdown in some ways. And I try to use that to push me to do better, or push me again not to sort of fall into the usual stuff. So it's like, okay, I know that things were really hopping and stuff with Drills and Chills, and of course that was all gonna slow down once the event ended. And there's a part of my brain that goes like, oh no, this is a bad thing. Like, things are slowing down as far, like new subscribers or views or something like that. And I know, like, I always preach it, and I try to remind myself the same, like, don't try to play the numbers game. Don't try to make it about, like, getting those numbers as high as you possibly can. But if I do happen to notice that there is a change or something, then I might go, okay, how can I use this to springboard myself into not settling and trying to do better. So that's just, I suppose, a little peek into what goes on in my brain as far as what I try to do and what kind of my approach to making videos and putting out content looks like after, over 3 years. That's crazy. That's so fun and so wild that's how long I've had a channel and been putting stuff out there. But it has been a fun ride. And I love getting to do it. But anyway, I've enjoyed doing some small shop shopping this past week. I have a couple other shops on my list that I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go do some shopping, support some small shops. I will definitely be shopping Diamond Art Club on Black Friday, but then also I want to make sure that I'm setting aside plenty that I can be using to help support small shops, because I know people are struggling right now, and I want to do my part, and that's a huge value of mine and my channel. So it's on my brain. I'm seeing a lot of shops, and not just small shops, but even just in general, like stores in general. They're doing Black Friday sales early and saying like, we're not doing a Black Friday. We're not doing the Black Friday weekend hype stuff. It's like, this is our Black Friday sale. It's early. Jump on it. And like Simply Gilded did one this past week, and I did buy some washi tape. They had some really, really pretty releases, and excuse me, had a hiccup. Just trying to keep an eye out for other stuff too. So I'm curious to hear from you guys. Any fun shopping you've been doing recently? Any small shops that have had sales you've jumped on, that sort of thing? I'd love to hear about it. Give me some ideas. Enable me. I know I get accused of enabling you guys, but hey, you can turn that around on me. You can enable me. Goodness knows I get enabled by people all the time. I have to go tell her. I just got enabled by Kara, the principal painter. She shared a Captured by Radiance kit and was like, oh, there's a sale. And I hopped on over there, and sure enough, there was a kit that I had kind of looked at before. And it was down to like 50% off. And I was like, oh, okay, well, this was meant to be. So I got to go tell Kara that it's all her fault. But that's a shop that I haven't tried before, and I'm excited to unbox that with you guys. And I'm not sure if I probably won't work on that kit this year, but there's only like a month and a half left in the year, so it's not saying much. But I don't know what one of the kids' tablets I think just turned off. But yeah, so that's fun. Another new to me shop. They've been around for a little while. They were one of those shops that I had been wanting to try out, but for the longest time, all that they had or it was like all that they had, or almost all that they had, were landscapes. And and they were like large square drill landscapes. And it's like, I want to buy from this shop, but like, large landscapes are not my wheelhouse. I know this about myself. As much as every once in a while I try to go, no, I could do a landscape, it almost always backfires and doesn't. It's something that I get frustrated with working on, or really bored with working on. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait and see. But okay, got it. But yeah, I'm not sure when that one will come in, but there will be an unboxing for that. Naturally. And I'm excited. Yeah, excited for that. Like I said, sorry for any weird little like mouth or throat noises. I did start a new medication a couple weeks ago, and I haven't really otherwise had any side effects. I don't know how well it necessarily is working for my depression and anxiety, but it's not an SSRI, and I am so relieved that I am not having the headaches or the like other side effects that I was running into with SSRIs. Besides this weird like dry mouth sometimes, which I'm like, that I can live with that. But I think I'll have a check-in with my doctor here in a week or two and see like, do we up this dose? How am I feeling about how it's working? And I'm glad I'm in talk therapy too, and I'm continuing to feel like that therapist is a really good fit for where I'm at right now, and just thankful, super, super thankful for that. I have had a couple of migraines the past like week and a half, but they've both been very clearly pinpointed by me as being triggered by specific things. Like I had one today, and so here's what happened. My Diamond Art Club Advent calendar came in this morning, and Adam had he had left and gone to a premiere for a short film that he was involved with shooting. And so he was out of the house, like he left at like 9 o'clock this morning. Well, FedEx dropped off my Diamond Art Club advent calendar at like 10:30, and the kids were super chill. And I was like, man, I already have videos kind of planned for a couple of days this week, and I'd really like to get this advent unboxing uploaded as soon as I can. I said, the kids are really quiet. I wonder if I could get away with filming this. And I did have to pause and work around some noises from them, which was totally fine, but it actually worked out okay. But then I thought, it'd be fun to do a thumbnail where I show my face, where I'm like holding the advent calendar box, because it's so like big and fun and pretty. And normally I don't do thumbnails where I show my face. I generally don't show my face on the channel almost at all. That's just not how I've usually done it. But I thought, that would be really fun. And that's kind of part of me sort of playing around with, like, do I want to change up my thumbnails? Is that something that is more eye-catching to people? Like, if you see a picture, like someone's face, as opposed to just the item or something, I don't know. So it was one of the things I thought, okay, I'm going to play around with this. So then I thought, I want to put on like a little bit of makeup. I have a lot of like facial redness. I have some mild rosacea that I'm self-conscious about. Let me just throw on some quick makeup. And that included me putting on some eyeliner. Now, eyeliner, and I've tried, I swear, like virtually a million different kinds, a lot of different kinds of eyeliner. A lot of the ones that are hypoallergenic and clean and all of that, like everything from expensive, like not just like drugstore eyeliner, to just drugstore eyeliner. And just invariably, it irritates my eyes a bit. And even if it doesn't, I end up with a migraine. Mascara doesn't bother me. I've found a mascara that doesn't irritate me at all, but eyeliner, no, it just seems like no matter what it is, what brand it is, it just really bothers my eyes. And I made the mistake of not washing it, like wiping and washing it off immediately after taking like those pictures. And then I ended up with a migraine later in the day. And I was like, I don't know why I thought that it was going to be fine. Like, it's never fine. It's never fine. I should just know that this is one of my triggers. And, if we're like, going out, or I want to like put on makeup, if we're going out, I just skip the eyeliner because I know how it goes. But this, I thought, I'm just taking a picture. Like, I'll just put on a little bit. It'll be fine. And it was not fine. Similarly, like a week and a half ago, I think I mentioned this, but when Adam and I had gone out for my birthday and I had one drink, I drank like 2 glasses of water on either side of the alcoholic drink itself, and ate it I had it with like a full meal. And no, I still got a migraine because alcohol is a migraine trigger for me. But I just thought, I'm going to try like all the things. I don't know. I thought it's my birthday. Like, I want to have something to celebrate in this way. But I don't know. It just doesn't work. It didn't used to be this way either. I'm at the point where I'm seeing, like, the algorithm is feeding me like TikToks and reels of like things that I got away with doing in my 20s that like now in my 30s is like me going to bed in my 20s. It's just like after a night out, like just face planting in the bed, popping up in the morning and like getting up and just doing a thing. But then your nighttime routine in your 30s is it's like, okay, it's got to be like really particular and do all these things, and you still wake up in the morning feeling like crap and exhausted. And I just thought, yeah, no, that's it. I'm 35 and I just am at the point where it's like, nope, if I drink, I'm going to get a migraine. If I do this, I'm going to get a migraine. Or my body is just, I'm not in my 20s anymore. It's not working. For perspective, this did not necessarily end well. I was very hungover the next day. I was not a big drinker in college, honestly. But for my 21st birthday weekend, I did go out with friends. And Adam, we were dating. Were we engaged? We were engaged. Were we 21? So okay. I'm pretty sure we were engaged at that point. But this is what I had done. When we went out drinking, I mixed all the alcohols. Literally, I was chasing shots with a Long Island iced tea. It was not cute. It was just like, I think about that now and I just go, oh honey, oh no, no. But I did okay, but I was very hungover the next day. But I didn't have a migraine. I just didn't, just didn't feel great. But yeah, no difference between 20s and 30s, I guess. And the like cheap, junky makeup that I could get away with wearing in my 20s and have it like not bother me at all. And now it's like, nope, none of it works. It's fine. But I just have to accept the reality of, okay, that's fine. I don't need to drink. It's never been something that's been a need for me or something that I've been really into, but just every once in a while, it's nice to have a celebratory for like a special occasion kind of drink and stuff. That's okay. I'd rather not have migraines or just accept that I'm going to get a migraine and I can deal with that. Could be future Katie's problem. Okay, these ABs, man, did not go down super well, in part because this is fresh putty. If you're working with AB drills, these special drills, working with dirty wax or dirty putty is much less of a pain. I'm afraid if I push these too much, they're going to pop. So I'm trying to like push and move them as much as possible without making them pop. Okay. Then you go right there. Perfect. That should hold it. My mom flew out, flew back to Ohio after visiting with us for almost a couple weeks. And she does sometimes watch my WIP and Chats. Hi, Mom, if you are. We had a really, really nice visit, you guys. It was so nice to have her here. And we always get a lot done around the house, and she always it's so nice to have another set of hands helping with the kiddos, helping with chores and cleaning and cooking and stuff. And so selfishly, like, I miss that. But I just enjoy spending time with her, and it's hard to live across the country from family, but we certainly make the most out of our trips, and the kids love seeing her. And yeah, just always bittersweet to see her fly back out, but glad for our wonderful visit. And we're trying to figure out what we're going to do for the holidays this year. I am trying to wrap my brain around whether or not I feel like I can fly with my kiddos, really specifically my youngest. He does a lot of, I've talked about before, and I just mentioned, and not at all in like I'm complaining about my kiddo kind of way, just as a, like, this is what his needs and everything look like with him. But he does a lot of, it's called sensory seeking. It's really common, kiddos that are autistic, people that are autistic, that they have their brain and their body drive them to like meet these different sort of sensory needs that they have. And, a lot of the ones that he has can sometimes feel disruptive to other people for any number of reasons. Like, he has some verbal stims right now where he does a lot of like this screeching noise, and he's very, very active. He's constantly in motion. And so I'm trying to figure out if I feel like we could fly across the country with him for the holidays. It's a source of an immense amount of anxiety for me, in large part because I just am wired to be very, very in tune with the needs of the people around me and how I'm making the people around me feel. And I just don't know, can I, in good conscience, sort of like subject other people on the airplane to that for the hours that it would be to fly cross country? And, of course I could have the mentality of like, I have as much right to fly as anyone else, but I don't know. It's like, I don't like making other people uncomfortable. I just don't know how comfortable that would be for Mike, and how well he'd be able to handle sort of like, okay, we're sitting in we have to stay like in our airplane seat and everything. We have flown with him before, but his sensory needs have changed over time. And I just feel like where he's at right now, the phase he's in right now, a lot of what his needs are, I just feel like wouldn't necessarily be as doable if we're flying across the country. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's going to be a reality for us this year. And it's like breaking my heart to think of that, because I I really like when we can go back to Ohio and spend time with my parents there. And so I'm just, that's a source of a lot of stress and anxiety for me right now. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, what does this look like? I've thought through a million different ways of like, how could we make flying work and make it doable? And it's just, I just don't know. We've been trying out a lot of the suggestions that were given to us by, an OT as far as like things to try to meet some of the sensory needs he has, but haven't had a ton of luck with those things, unfortunately. So we're really doing the very best that we can. And I have to say, and he's not even here right now. So it's not like I'm just saying this to sort of like get like cool points from my husband, but truly I am so thankful that I get to be married to Adam, like, and that I get to go through like life and parenting these kiddos with him, because he is just absolutely wonderful with our kiddos. It's not, he is pretty endlessly patient with them, even better than I am, and he is such an amazing dad to them. It's like making me teary. But I just am really grateful, because parenting is, I've always said here, parenting is really hard. I'm not at all trying to play like a struggle Olympics. But I feel like it can be a little bit extra hard in different ways to parent kids with special needs. And I'm in like a variety of, Facebook groups for people or parents of kids with special needs. And I've seen people share about struggles where they feel like they're doing it on their own and they don't have a partner or someone in their life that's really doing it alongside them and sharing that burden. And it just makes me feel really like lucky and blessed that I do have a partner, a spouse, and a co-parent. That makes it sound like we're separated or something. Just like, no, we're parenting as parents, that he just is so good with them. It's just, I've been feeling that a lot this week, that I just am really grateful that I get to do this with him. Sorry, sappy moment. I can't help it. I'm a huge sap. I'm a huge sentimental sap. But it's, there are also, there's good things about it. Like there's fun things that we celebrate and things that we appreciate. So we were really amused when we took Connor. I think I forgot to mention this cute story when I was talking in last week's WIP and Chat about how we took Connor to the aquarium, and his favorite things there were the penguins and then the puffins. And there was this puffin. We sat and watched the puffins for probably 20 minutes, because there was this one that was just being so silly, and Connor was just giggling and having the best time ever. So we were there for a while. And then we were looking at the penguins, and I was joking about how the penguins are kind of like side-eyeing Connor as they're like kind of swimming around. I think they were trying to scope out and see if like anyone had food for them. But Connor was just, he just sort of out of nowhere, he's like, oh man, those penguins look sus. And a couple of the kids that were around us and were watching, like they started giggling and they're like, yeah, those penguins are totally sus. And I just was laughing, because then Connor was delighted that he had made other people laugh. Like he loves trying to make other people laugh. And I was like, that was just a fun moment to celebrate, because sometimes social interactions and relationships are hard for Connor. And so we celebrate, like we find all kinds of things to celebrate. That includes moments like that. That was just really fun. And then Micah, we also find those moments to celebrate too. He's speech delayed in a lot of ways. He's super bright. Like he reads incredibly well, and he'll read hundreds of words from a book or something like that. But his kind of spontaneous speech isn't so much there. But every once in a while, he'll just kind of like pull something out of nowhere. Like Adam was blowing raspberries on his neck the other night, and Micah was just giggling up a storm and having the best time ever. And then Micah said something, and Adam and I were like, wait, what was that? So he asked the guy, like, what, Micah? And he realized he said, Daddy is a vampire. And we both just laughed so hard because we're like, how does he know what a vampire is? Where did this come from? I'm sure it was something from school, but it was so out of nowhere. And we don't often hear him saying like sentences spontaneously like that. And so that was just like oh my gosh, that was such a cute and fun moment. And yeah, we're like, oh my gosh, that just, he said a full sentence and it was just kind of like out of nowhere but totally contextually appropriate and everything. And so that was, ways that you find joy and things to celebrate. That's the mentality and everything I'm really striving to live in, especially when I feel like I'm struggling to find self-care and feeling like I'm not enough for my kids, or feeling like I'm, can't do it all. Is I just like, I'm focusing on like these positive moments and making sure I'm taking care of myself and my mental health. And some days I feel like I'm doing a great job, and some days I feel like it's just not quite coming all together. But yeah, so anyway, fun stories with the kiddos. As far as what I'm reading and watching and listening to. So reading, I finished Kingdom of Ash, the last book in I almost said Game of Thrones. No, Throne of Glass. The Throne of Glass series. I finished that, and no major spoilers at all. But I will say that it was a really, I feel like, a satisfying ending, and it was nice to see that it felt like there was like a lot of, closure. I think that it's basically considered to be like a complete series, and like that's the end. I don't know if the author's planning on writing anymore. But, the main story that was the story arc overall, 6-7 books in the series, has, come to a close, basically. I think that I enjoyed Kingdom of Ash the most of the books, of any of the books in the series. And I really enjoyed a lot of like the couples and couple dynamics in it. I did have a particular like death and set of deaths spoiled for me, unfortunately, because I'm in some Facebook groups that center around Sarah J. Maas and her books. And not all of them necessarily require spoiler warnings. And also, the Throne of Glass books have been out for a while, so I don't think it's necessary for them to require spoiler alerts. But it was like, I had been pretty good about making sure I scrolled right past anything that was related to Throne of Glass until I finished the series. Oh, sorry. But this was like the top line of the caption. It was like, this character, lost these people and this thing and had this thing happen to them. And it was like the first thing that they said was a huge spoiler for something that happened in Kingdom of Ash. And so I felt like I was just waiting for that thing to happen. I still sobbed my eyes out when it did. But that was kind of a bummer. And I was like, well, like I can't even be mad because, again, these books have been out for a while, and it's a Facebook group that doesn't require spoiler warnings, so it is what it is. But yeah, overall, I think that book was my favorite. I don't know where I would rank Throne of Glass next to Sarah J. Maas's other books. I don't know. I think I probably still rank the other two series above it, but I didn't hate it. The first few books were rough to get through, but on the whole, I did enjoy the series, and there were, especially like the payoffs in the last book were so good. I am planning on starting Fourth Wing, I think, pretty soon. The second book of that came out this past week and has just been all over my feed. Iron Flame is the name of it, I believe. And so I thought, well, this could be perfect timing. I can read Fourth Wing and then Iron Flame. But I've heard some mixed things about Fourth Wing. I had been reading the Throne of Glass series alongside my friends Jacqueline and Kate and Emma, and neither Kate nor I have read Fourth Wing. Excuse me. But so we were thinking of reading that together. Jacqueline had read it, and I think she's in the middle of reading Iron Flame right now. But I think Kate and I are going to start Fourth Wing this week because she just finished Kingdom of Ash. But I always kind of think like, oh, it'd be fun to start like a book club or something. Then I go, no, because I really like to kind of read at my own pace and do my own thing too. So, but it has been fun to read these books alongside, at the same time as other people are. So I don't know. But those are kind of my reading things that I've been doing. And as far as what I've been watching, you guys, okay, I know it's Sunday night and the season finale of Loki season 2 came out this past Thursday. Oops. But Adam and I haven't had the chance to watch it yet. One of us has been busy every single night since Thursday. And so after I finish filming this WIP and Chat and Adam gets home from the gym, we are going to sit down and watch it tonight. It's on our plan, and I have somehow avoided spoilers, but I am very anxious to find out what's going to happen. And then as far as what I'm listening to, I don't know. Of course, it's mostly just music-wise, just listening to Taylor Swift, but does that piece have a little bit sticking off? I think it's just a little bit sideways. Okay. I still can't decide how I'm feeling about 1989, Taylor's version. The album, I know, is one of her most popular in general, and it's what got a lot of people into her music. But it's just like there's a few songs on there I really love, but it's not on the whole one of my favorite albums of hers. I am digging the vault tracks, though. Someone go check on Harry Styles and see if he's okay, because oh my gosh, so good. Yeah, so that's kind of listening wise. It's nothing really super exciting to report on that front. Got to branch out a little bit with my music tastes, I guess. But losing diamonds. Okay. Anyway, as far as what is coming up this week, so I will probably have some unboxings for you as always. What did I write down here? Oh, the cross stitch conversion check-in on the Loki panel that I was thinking of doing. I may do that. And I am going to try to sit down and mostly do like some brainstorming, just get some ideas on paper for what I want to do to sort of break out of my little mold that I've let myself fall into. Now that I have some space and time to do so, I'm almost done tying up any loose ends with prizes related to drills and chills. I just need to finish on that, and then I'll feel like I can just kind of close that chapter right off. But yeah, that's kind of what's coming this week. I'll have a sneak peek from Diamond Art Club, and I did a small shop haul for you guys, but I'm sure I'll have some unboxings and whatnot for you too. I don't know that I'll have any kit reviews this week because I don't know that I'll have finished a kit that I'm ready to review. I might finish this kit this week. That's a possibility, or I might continue to try to stretch it out. And especially after I watch the Loki season 2 finale, I wonder if I'm going to want to work on my Loki kit again. We'll see. But anyway, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, how about, I think I've had you do this before, but I can't remember, a music note emoji or something related to music in some way? Let's go with that. I definitely overloaded this tray with drills. I poured way too many. I poured in about as many as I would have if this were like one of my larger Muni-made trays that I usually use for big sections of color blocking. But yeah, you guys, thanks for spending some time with me today. Let me know in the comments as well how you're doing, like how you're really doing. Like, feel free to be honest. It's okay to not be okay. I'm happy to just sort of be a friendly ear, someone you can vent to via YouTube comments if you like. And let me know what you are working on while we chatted today. All the tools worked great today. This tray worked fine. I had a little bit of trouble, as you may have seen, with kind of drills wanting to get stuck in the ends when I was pouring it out, but just kind of used my finger to knock those out. I didn't try out the round drill tray, but they probably would have slid out even easier with this one because there's a little bit more spacing there. But anyway, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful week and a day that's as amazing as you are. And I'll chat with you in the next one. Bye.